Spelldrifter is a tactical combat deck building RPG with a decent amount of different cards and an interesting change from a usual turn-based combat style. After listening to all the metal guitar riffs, which could be straight out of a Slayer album, and playing through a chunk of the story, I can provide you with a summary so you can answer the question: Spelldrifter, is it for you? You are being introduced to 4 characters, each with their own beliefs and reasons to fight the hordes of enemies you encounter. The further you progress in the story, which is sprinkled with betrayal, supernatural rifts and more, the more playable characters you will gain. But all in all, the story is a bit underwhelmingly presented through a few dialogue and even fewer voiced cutscenes. Maneuvering between the different battles and interactions is done on a board game styled map, with figurines that could be straight out of a Monopoly set from the 15th century. But before you're smashing 2 pieces together, which results in a battle, you should adjust the character stacks. Each character has an abundance of cards and also an array of artifacts to choose from. The cards are obtained by leveling up and progressing the story, while the artifacts can also be bought in the slightly hidden shop. The amount of artifacts each character can use increases the further they level up. However, only 3 characters can take part in a fight, and the experience they gain is not shared between the inactive characters, resulting in the encouragement of just using the same 3 over and over again. Especially since further along the line you will need the best equipped and highest leveled fighters. The combination of the card and grid-based combat is where the game really excels. Each character can move a certain amount of grids, has 2 basic actions and 20 cards which are randomly drawn during each turn. Every card has a timer which sets your characters back on the timeline. More powerful cards require more time, while less powerful need less time. Who would have guessed? Next to the damage and healing, the cards can also have all kinds of different effects, requirements and restrictions, like a damage over time effect or a power up for the next attack, to name a few. This combination of grid-based movement and cards linked with a time bar makes this part of the game really enjoyable. Therefore, I would praise the game in the combat department with its creative mix on the battlefield, its deck customization and leveling system to provide a more personal playstyle, and the blasting soundtrack, which a metalhead like me really adores. Sadly, however, the game is lackluster story-wise and can disappoint with a one-sided gameplay by just jumping from one battle to the next, Nevertheless, if you are intrigued with the positives and untouched by the negatives, I would say that Spelldrifter is definitely for you. I thank you all for watching and wish you goodbye. Okay, you just can't love every game from the start. Be objective. Best game ever.